Again, our department's really been devastated by the tragic loss of one of our firefighters, Corporal Chris Dill. Corporal Dill was a 16-year veteran of our department. Prior to that, he served in the United States Marine Corps. 43 years old. Chris was a good firefighter, a good solid firefighter. He's the type of firefighter that his fellow firefighters knew that he could be counted on. Kind of guy that didn't talk a lot, but did work hard, and was very respected by the other members of this department. And I mean, it's just something that it's really hit us all hard. And so, you know, right now, since we've had a little bit of time to process that, that's just kind of what we're doing at this point. We're trying to be with the family as much as possible. Obviously, they're devastated. Chris had a wife, Julie, and two small daughters. And right now we're just trying to be as supportive as we can of the family and help them to make the necessary arrangements and some of the decisions that they'll have to make. My understanding is the medical examiner has already finished their work with Chris, and but we won't know anything for sure for some time about the exact cause of his death. We do know that he collapsed at the scene of a third alarm apartment fire on the south side of the city yesterday. They were picking up their tools and equipment, preparing to return to their station. And that's when he started having some difficulties and shortly collapsed. Not only our paramedics on the fire department, but IMSA personnel were on the scene very, very quickly. Of course, he was with firefighters at the time, so care began immediately. The travel distance to Southwest Medical Center was about a mile, so he got to the hospital very quickly, and then there was some very valiant and dedicated efforts of the ER staff there at Southwest Medical Center to do everything they could to revive him. And again, despite all those efforts of our personnel on the scene and those at the hospital, it was just something that couldn't bring Chris back. So again, it's just something that we don't like to happen. Fortunately, it doesn't happen that often on this department. It's been about 20 years since our last line of duty deaths, and it's something that we take pride in as far as the amount of training, our commitment through training, financially, the equipment that we afford our firefighters, that we do everything to keep them as safe as possible while they're working, and something, especially as fire chief, I take very personally. So again, we'll look at the facts of this incident and what took place, and do the type of investigations that we're required to, both by our own internal protocol and those things that we're required to do by the U.S. Fire Administration, and gather all the facts and make the best determination we can.